Hello everyone. I'm so glad you have joined me today. I am continuing my focus on the Meandering Meadow DSP. I have two new patterns to use today. The cards are very similar, and that's the reason why I decided to do two, but I used two separate patterns. So far, I've used this pattern, this pattern, this pattern, this pattern, this one, and this one. Today, I am going to use this one, and this is the one I'm going to start with first. And I have to tell you, I'm not certain about the colors on these, so I've got a couple of different ideas. I'm gonna pull in my trimmer because the first thing I need to do is I need to cut this to actually I need it at 3 7/8. So what I want to do is see, yeah. All right, so I'm going to cut it at 3 7/8. Oops, wrong one. All right, now this, because of the way it is, the main focus is the middle. There might be some waste with this, but who knows? Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm going to have any waste. What I'm going to do is the outer edge pieces need to be at 3/4. So I'm going to cut this at 3/4. All right. And I'm going to work my way across, but I'm going to put it in order to the side here. And then I need a piece that's 7/8 of an inch. All right, that one goes there. Then I need a piece that is, and I'm gonna have to turn this one around to do it. It needs to be 1 5/8. So I'm gonna line this up here. All right. All right, flip this back around because now I need a 7/8 inch, and I'll show you where I'm going with this in a minute. And then the last one was 3/4. Each of my pieces is 1/8 of an inch narrower. They're all 4 inches, but they're not all gonna be 4 inches in size. So I'm not done with my trimmer, all right? So this piece is gonna go on here. This was the middle one that we cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it. I'm gonna build this one a little differently than I normally do, but I think it'll be easier for you to see and understand. And why is it not coming out? Ah, there it comes. I'll just, for some reason, it wasn't coming. All right. Now this goes on, and remember, you only have 1/8 of an inch border. So what I'm doing is I'm setting it down like that. That's the middle. This piece is next, and it goes on a 1 inch by 3 3/4 inch strip, and you have one on each side. So this one goes on this side. I'm going to do one side at a time. All right, I'll put that one there to remind me. This is too long. So what I have to do is I want to maintain the pattern, and it's 3 3/4, I think I said. Yes, this is 4 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch off the bottom. Well, maybe this isn't 4 inches. I thought it was. Maybe it's 7/8. Yeah, okay. It's 7/8 of an inch, and I need it at 3 3/4. So if I'm gonna cut, I know what I'm doing. May not seem that way, but I do. I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch off the bottom and 1/8 of an inch off the top, which will put me 3 5/8. All right. So then this piece goes on here, and I'm going to take and do the other one the same way. So it's 1/8 of an inch, but you don't want to cut your 1/8 of an inch off the top or the bottom, because what'll happen when you put this together, it won't match up. Your pattern won't match up, and you want it to match up. Of course, when you get to these little tiny pieces, it can be a challenge to get them lined up. All right, so see, if I'd have cut that, those flowers wouldn't have matched up. Now they will. So I'm going to do the same thing here. 1/8 of an inch off of this side and 1/8 of an inch off this end. All right, let me get these pieces out of here. And then this piece goes on the next. And I didn't use the yellow in here. I wanted some fun colors, spring colors. So I went with a fresh freesia, but I can't guarantee that it's going to look good. I pulled in the crushed curry for the card base, but I did pull a white piece just in case. Now this has to match up, so I have to flip it around. All right, so there's that. This one's going to be the challenge because this piece is 7/8 of an inch wide, and I cut my pieces ahead of time. This piece, no, it's not. It's okay. I got it. Never mind. It's 3/4 of an inch, so I've got to cut the bottom off. All right, this is 3 1/4, and this is 3 7/8. So I have to get it to here from here. So 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's see. If I cut it at 1/4 of an inch, 1, 2. All right. This is 3 1/4 inch long, right? Yeah. So there, 1, 2. All right, real technical here. I'm cutting it at 16. So I'm cutting off 2, 4, 5/16 of an inch. All right. And then I'm going to cut 5/16 of an inch off this side, but I'm going to go this way. 2, 4, 5/16. All right. And I did cut it correctly. Now this goes on here. And did it work? Nope. I need to cut off another, let's see. I got to cut off another 1/16 of an inch on each end because it's 3 1/4, and I got to get it down to 3 7/8, or 3 1/4 to 3 7/8. No, no, no. I've got to get it down to 3 1/8, which I have. All right. I can move this out of the way now because I've done all my cutting, and I can glue this on here. And then the challenge begins. And I know what you're thinking. That was a challenge in itself. Well, the next step is to put this on our card base. So, all right, let me put this down here. There we go. And then, oh no, I'm not done. I've got to do the other side. Oh, darn. I have one more piece. Okay. Hold on. I did 1/4 of an inch. 1, 2, there. 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. If you cut off 3/8 of an inch off of each end, nothing like getting it straight. You'll get it down to the size you need. Trial and error, trial and error. I figured it out so you don't have to. All right. So I will have to adjust my measurements for this one. All right, now. Okay, that goes. All right, I've got them all in order because it's important to keep them in order. Nope, that's not right. This goes up here. There we go. All right, now we have to glue this down. And I'm thinking what I had originally planned was, this will be a long video, I will warn you, because I want to make sure you know how to do this. It's a fun card. Right, I'm not going to worry about the spacing on here. I'm just going to get it down to see. Yeah, I'm going with the white. I don't think the crushed curry is a good one. All right. Now, here's my white card base. We're going to start with the 2 outside pieces. So I'm going to put, I just have to remember to put these on the right way. So I'll use this for help. All right, so this goes on here. No, you know what? I can't do the outside pieces. I have to do the inside piece first to get all the pieces to match up. Okay. I was hoping I could do it this way, but I can't. Well, now that I've dropped it and lost half my glue, give me a minute. I got to clean it up off my floor. Got it. Never put carpet in your studio. Never, never, never. Okay. Now, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's the middle here. All right. Nope, I got to flip it around. And as it works out, it fits right about there. All right, so there's that. Now I have to do this side. And I will be adding more glue to those that I already did. And to make this easier on myself, I'm gonna turn it because you want a scant border. And I mean scant, but you've gotta have it, you gotta have your pattern lined up. And I hope I have enough space for this one. Here. And I don't. I gotta move this over. See, this is why I don't like to do this. All right, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna leave that there and I'm gonna stick this down, but I'm gonna give myself a little tiny border. Right, like so. This is not an easy card. All right, and I am very carefully pulling this up, and I moved it. All right, you know what? I'm going to take the whole thing off and just get another card base and go from there. Give me a minute. All right. I can see why people have not done this. as a video. All right, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's the middle. I'm not going to stick it down, but I am going to put it down. I'm going to slide it over slightly. All right. This one is next, like so. And I'm going to kind of match them up. And then this one. Put some more on this. And then this goes on this way. And tiny, tiny border down just slightly. Okay. Stick that down. Now I'm going to do this one. I'm going to live dangerously and hope this works. All right, and I'm going to put this one on next. I got to move this out of the way. And I'm going to come on top a little bit so I can see it. There. Now this one. Watch me get to the end and have extra space that I don't need. I know how to fix that though. All right, now this one. All right. If I'm short, that's where I'm going to be in trouble. Space. If I have extra, oh, I don't know if it's going to work. See this, I'm thinking my pieces need to be narrower. All right. You know what? Come on, up. I know how to solve it. I know how to solve it. All right, there's that. Here's that and this. I'm going to pop up the center strip. Then it won't matter. All right, I've got to slide that over slightly. All right. Take this out, this off. There's always a way to fix it. And aren't you glad I figured out how to fix it? All right, again, and I'm looking straight down at this. All right, this is going to go in the middle with dimensionals. One way to fix this. And it won't matter that the back's all messed up because it'll be stuck down. All right. I was looking, making sure my pokey tool was here, and it is. All right. Darn. There's that. And then I'm going to put one right about there and one right about there. All right. So let's get our backs off so we can get this thing put together. All right. All right, now I'm going to turn this sideways so I can get my spacing straight as I possibly can. There we go. And I'm going to tell you, I am not putting a sentiment on this. because that is too pretty to do anything with. So there's card 1. And I used that flower because it kind of matched that to do the inside and the envelope. The textured floral bundle is perfect for this paper. I love it. All right, let's do card 2, and hopefully it will be better than the other one. All right, let me get up all my measurements. I'm gonna pull in my paper trimmer. All right. The first thing we're gonna do, and I did decide to do a white card base. We're gonna take the white card base and we're gonna take 1 1/4 inches from each side and slice up to the 4 1/4 mark. All right, so you're cutting a flap. And we're gonna do the same thing here, but this time we're gonna go from the bottom up to 4 1/4. So that's good. All right, there we go. Now, let's fold our card base. Okay. Like so. All right, let's deal with our 2 outer edges first. Oh, this is the paper we're going to use. And we have to decide which we want. It's going to be, again, 4 inches. No, it's going to be 3 7/8 from the bottom. Oh, let me get this. So if I do 3 7/8, I get this look, which isn't bad. What I could do though, is if I cut here to get that tree, all right, I'm gonna do it this way, 3 7/8. So I'm cutting off some of this on the bottom that really doesn't have any pattern or anything to it. Now, the back of this you can use to decorate the inside. Let's see. I want this tree on my thing. So I'm going to work from this side over. And these are 1 1/4, but I'm going to put it on a piece of 1 inch. So this needs to be 7/8 of an inch. So I'm going to cut it at 7/8 of an inch. And I'm going to put this together kind of so you can see where I'm going. The next piece is, this piece is 2 3/4. It's going to go there. So this needs to be 2 5/8. So there, like so. And then the last piece, I'm going to flip it around because I need another 7/8 inch. And see what we cut off. It's not going to affect it too much. So we got our pieces cut. Whew, that was so much easier. All right, this one goes here. So let's layer all of our pieces up. And I left my pin out, so I was hoping that it wouldn't clog up on me. All right, and again, we've got a scant border. Now, if this is a problem, you can't deal with the scant border, either don't put the backing behind it or cut it 1/4 of an inch difference. If you have a good trimmer though, you're okay. This piece actually could have been probably a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Live and learn. When you go to make yours, you can adapt and modify. All right. Now when I put this on, that center panel, This has to, see, I think it could have been wider. Watch your tops. Make sure your tops and bottoms are even. This one was another hard one, trying to decide about colors. All right, so there's that. Now, all right, whoops. Let me get this. Okay. Now, this piece is the piece that lifts up, so to speak. So what we want to do is I cut out a sentiment using the, not the smallest, but the next one up, Nested Essentials dies out of Petal Pink. And I'm not liking the way this is going to work. Okay, I'm going to change it. I'm not going to put a sentiment on here. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to glue it down. I think my sentiment's going to be, so I'm attaching that side so it doesn't come up. I actually saw a card I wanted to do and I modified it, and I modified it using the wrong one. I went looking for dimensions. All right. See, this is, it's just too big. It takes away from the picture, so I'm going to leave it like that. And don't forget to decorate the inside of the envelope. And this time I used this flower because I thought it kind of matched that whimsical looking one there. And I stamped up here because that you can kind of write down the page. I probably should have just used one, but I stuck two on there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's ideas and we'll give them a try. If you come up with a better idea, let me know. I still think this one works, popped up, and that's what I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Have you signed up for my newsletter? If you haven't, link is below. Do that. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.